brought to you by Hawthorne Bank, a proud sponsor of Liberty School District. At Hawthorne Bank, we understand the importance of strong community in a strong school district. We also understand the importance of strong financial future for our school district's families and for our local businesses. Hawthorne Bank, with you every step. And by Jackson Hewitt. For all your tax needs, personal or business, rely on tax professionals at Jackson Hewitt and Liberty, a full-service tax preparation professional. Jackson Hewitt.
Well, good morning. It's crazy to think that the next time that we meet, it'll be playoff basketball time. Districts will have started by next week. With this being the last week of the regular season, it's really important that our guys finish strong. Friday night, last Tuesday, we had Platte County come into our place, and we're able to beat Platte County by about 14 or so. A game that got a lot of guys some playing time. We didn't play particularly great, but we played well enough to win. And then that set us up for Friday, which if we were able to take care of business on Friday, at the very least could clinch a share of our conference. With some help could win our conference. And it was court warming, and the place was packed, and there's all kinds of activities going on, and we were able to beat Raytown South, and then with some help from Kearney beating Winnetonka, we were able to clinch our conference. So first time that we've ever done that, ever won our conference title, which is something that's important to us, and winning that was huge. We had our place seats right about 2,000 people, and there was every bit of 1,800 people there, and it was loud. And the game against Raytown South ended up being a 6-8 point game, but much closer throughout. We were down by as many as 5 and 6 a couple different times, and so to be able to push through it, because we they're a really, really good team. They get some really good players, and so being able to push through it like we were. Or like we did was really nice. So 8-0 in conference, clinched the conference title in 19-4. Set yourself up to be in a pretty good spot. But at the same time, that's where we are now, not exactly where we want to finish. And we got some things that we've got left that we want to accomplish. So we'll work towards those. Tonight is a senior night for us, where we're going to recognize 9 players and a manager. So 10 total people of our program, seniors that have contributed quite a bit. We're really looking forward to seeing those guys and sending them off hopefully the right way against a really good team. Grandview's good, and those guys have accomplished quite a bit. We talked the other day. They won 43 of their last 54 games, about 80%. They've seen a conference title. They've played in 2 district championships. They've played in 5 in-season tournament championships. They are the cream of the crop as far as I'm concerned, and so I want to make sure that we send those guys off the right way for everything that they've done for us. So with that, open it up to questions.
Could you expand on your goals for the end of the season?
Yeah, it's important to us that, I don't know if we have a specific things that is in front of us that we have to accomplish. But at the same time, we know that there are things that can be accomplished that we have the capacity to do. We feel like if we can play well, if we can, take care of our business, and then plus with some good luck and some good fortune, there's things that are left at stake as far as districts, sectionals, quarterfinals, and then if it got to that point, the Final Four. But it's really important for us this week in our last 2 games, because I don't want our guys to relax because they felt like they've accomplished something. They have accomplished something, but that doesn't then give them the opportunity to relax. And it'd be nice to be a 10-0 conference champion instead of an 8-2 or a 9-1, and our guys know that. And then once we start playoff time, there's pressure. There's it's lose and go home, and for some teams, I think that can mess with them a little bit. I'd like to think with our guys that aspect of it is somewhat minimal because we've played in so many different environments and settings in some big games. That's not to say that it won't affect us, because I think it will to some point, but we just hope that that's minimized, and we just hope that each game we're playing our best, we're giving it our best shot, and we'll see where it takes us.
You mentioned you didn't play particularly well against Washington. It seemed to me like you had a better second half than the first half. What contributed to that?
Well, early on they had some shots in the first half, and we weren't incredibly efficient offensively. So their shot making plus our non-shot making made the margin pretty tight. And then I think at halftime we just told the guys, we got to relax. We were tense. It's a team that we had won and we had beaten early in the year by 30 or so. And so I think our guys probably felt like we should be able to do that again. Then when it didn't start the way it needed to, then I think we tried to, I say this sometimes, you tried to make the 4-point play, that doesn't exist. You tried to make home run plays when you just needed to slowly chip away and make some good plays. And we did that more in the second half, to your point. And we were able to just stretch the margin out. But then, heck, they hit 10 threes. So, that's the most that's been hit on us all year. And we wanted to force them to make a bunch of difficult shots, and clearly they did. So, I think they scored like 45 points, 30 of them were from behind the arc, and 4 or 6 of them were from the free throw line. So, they only had 3 or 4 field goals inside the 3-point line. So, it was a Tuesday night. I think some guys were kind of asleep still a little bit, and then maybe looking a little bit forward to court warming and stuff. But, we knew Platte County play hard. We were just glad to get out of there with a win.
Friday's game was really close. What did you do in the fourth quarter to get you ahead so far?
Yeah, thought it was a pretty good game. From a coaching standpoint, 6 points, we were down, and in that kind of a game with that many possessions, you knew you had a chance to come back in it because there was going to be enough possessions. But fourth quarter wise, we were tied at 39, and then Jake Hansen hit a 3 to put us up 3. And I thought that kind of took some pressure off of us, because we hadn't hit a bunch out. That was the only 3 we hit all night. So all of our shots were coming and needed to come close at the goal because of their pressure. And so when we hit that shot, I think we kind of released some of the pressure that was on us to be able to play a little bit more free. And then the biggest thing is we got successive stops. So Jake hit the 3, and then I believe we forced a turnover the next possession, and then we scored a field goal to go up by 5. And so right then, I think Rayton South started to press a little bit, so the momentum of the game and the pendulum kind of just swung in the fourth because we just we had some successive scores and stops, whereas early on in the game, it was they would score, we would score, they would score, we would score, and then they'd get a stop, we wouldn't get a stop. There wasn't much of a consistency with how we were playing. But in the fourth quarter, I thought we were pretty consistent with how we played, and we hit our free throws. We shot 23 of 29 from the foul line, and got to the foul line late, and made some really good plays. And we should. We've got seniors, we got guys that have been through it, so made some good plays down the stretch.
Can you talk a little bit about your upcoming schedule?
With senior night tonight against Grandview, so 10 guys that we're sending off in their last regular season home game will host districts. So it's not their final time in the gym, but 10 guys against Grandview, and the last 2 times we've played Grandview was the Elite 8 last year. with a trip to the Final Four on the line. And then this year we were at their place and we're down by 10 in the first half. Came back and won by 2. But the last 2 times we've played them have been some pretty good battles. The previous 4 times we had played them before that, they'd beaten us pretty good. So we will be in for it tonight. We know that. Our guys know that. We will start a different lineup tonight. We got a lot of guys that are deserving, but we will start 5 seniors, so guys that normally don't get a chance to start: Zach Cornell, Rayshawn Price, Jace Wilhite, Justin Offenbacher, and Trevor Shepard will start tonight, which is different than what we've done all year, but just because those guys don't start doesn't mean their value to the team's not, very important. So being able to put them out there and have them start tonight is something that we're excited about for those guys. Friday night, we'll go to Winnetonka, who's tied for second in our conference right now, at 5-3. Good club, guys that play hard. Probably a team that felt like they should have beat us the first time. Even though we were up big, they made a heck of a comeback against us. So we'll go there on Friday, and then after that district play starts, we received the number 1 seed in our district and received a bye, so we don't play until a week from Thursday at 8 o'clock against the winner of either Lincoln Prep or Excelsior. In the district, we've got the 4 teams in the district are over 500, and a couple teams feel like they've even lost some close games, and then Excelsior's had the best year they've had in about 11 years. So they've got 9 wins, and so districts will be districts. As always, playoff basketball's tough. So we'll see. Doesn't get any easier. I know that.
What's it like to let seniors go who've been with you for the past 4 years under your coaching guidance?
Yeah, well, this group's special for a lot of reasons. These guys, since for these guys it's 3 years because the school's been open 3, and a lot of these guys it's the only thing our programs know. As a coach, as a head coach, I've only known, Jake Hansen's my point guard. That's the only thing I've known in 3 years. And then for these other guys, it was just, you can always count on them. So it's going to be really, really tough. Now, the counter to that and what we're focusing on is the fact that, we've got some games left and we can make this thing last a little bit longer with these guys. And that's what we want to do. But I'm not lying when I tell you, it's really, for me, it's emotional. It's a group that's really special, and what they've done in 3 years in building the program has left an impression, and the ramifications of what they've done is going to last for a long time because, there's people who we've had success, and now there's people who want to be a part of that. If this group that we have wasn't so committed, wasn't so talented, wasn't so mature, I don't know if we could have that success. And so they've set a bar and they've set a standard that for years a lot of players are going to be compared to. And the greatest, compliment that I can give them is that, they're leaving a legacy that is going to be hard to match, and as a staff, we just want to make sure we do our part to not let them down here the last final weeks of the season. With that, finish it up. Hope that you all can help recognize these guys tonight. Spread the word amongst your friends. We've got a lot of people that are involved in this that do a lot of really good work, and the 10 guys that we're recognizing tonight, I'd like to really make sure we send off the right way. So spread the word amongst your family, your friends, your classmates to get them out and be outstanding. And then Friday night we'll be at Winnetonka, but then when I see you guys next week, hard to believe that we'll start playoff basketball. So be a great time of year. Hope you guys have a good week.
The weekly Coaches News Conference on KLPS TV is brought to you by Hawthorne Bank, a proud sponsor of Liberty School District. At Hawthorne Bank, we understand the importance of strong community in a strong school district. We also understand the importance of strong financial future for our school district's families and for our local businesses. Hawthorne Bank, with you every step. And by Jackson Hewitt. For all your tax needs, personal or business, rely on tax professionals at Jackson Hewitt and Liberty, a full-service tax preparation professional. Jackson Hewitt,